I am never going to be able to afford a house if I don't stop being a victim to lifestyle creep. Welcome back to 365 Days to Change My Life, where I am challenging myself this year to say yes to all of my dreams. One of them is around finances, and I really need to lock in. If you're unfucking your finances in 2026, then you can follow along this with me. A lot of us aren't even doing the basics. I said that one of my goals is to invest £15,000 this year, which means I need to cut down on what I'm spending big time. I always thought that if I wanted to save more money or hit a certain savings goal that was quite large, I would need to make more money. And I think that was just me avoiding the fact that I know I need to spend less. Hi, future Elle popping in right now. Like the girls' bathroom say, we are not experts. We do not know what we're talking about. I want to caveat that I really do not know what I'm talking about. I actually realized in this video at some point that I was reading my transactions wrong and I thought I was spending double than what I were. So yeah, definitely take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt, but you can just follow on the journey and see if I am able to budget and invest more and how I'm gonna slowly make more money. So yeah, just take my financial advice with a real pinch of salt because I'm learning. Now, I'm going to be so totally for real with you right now. This video, I genuinely have had to lay down in my bed 3 different times. I've felt physically sick when I saw my finances. Something about what I've spent, and not something about what I've spent, the massive number that I've been spending every single month made me want to be sick. Before we jump into this video, I really do not want to show these numbers to show off. I am genuinely quite ashamed about what I've been spending, noting that some of my friends and family don't make this in a month. Doubled my salary in the last 2 years and have just been tapping away. But this video here is for me to change my behaviour. I live in the capital city in the UK, in London. I'm single. I don't split my rent. My parents don't help me out. I hope this can be a we listen and we don't judge. I also want this to be a lesson in if you've not got financial habits, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you will still not save. Step 1, we have to track our spending. So we cannot make a budget for ourselves, a realistic one anyway, if we don't know what our baseline is every month. And Grace Beverly said this herself on LinkedIn. This was the hardest step for me. I genuinely felt so anxious.
I just don't think this is great for me. I don't want to do it.
You can't move forward without knowing what you've been doing. Living paycheck to paycheck, you know that you're spending your paycheck because at the end of the month you're waiting for payday. But I still think there's a lot of people that don't know that they're spending an extra £100 in food and they really didn't think they were. You do that in your bank accounts. I did it in Snoop, but I'm a bit obsessed with Snoop. They gamify budgeting, in my opinion. It tells you this time last month you'd spent £200 more or you'd spent £100 less. It's on a graph so you can see if you're at normal spending or if you're above. Let's look at the last 3 months.
Please don't play with me right now. Just, no, that's it, please.
So what is genuinely horrifying is I pay myself $3,500 a month. And I am...
That
I must have been pulling from a savings. My accounts are a mess. It's really bad. Hard part over, we are now about to analyse. Now in the analysis part where I'm trying to take judgment away from myself. Here is where I'm going to pick 3 major causes for concern and 3 things where I can really just cut the fat. Number 1, no more Amex. I am not at a point where I can trust myself to use a credit card.
Burn it.
Rule number 2 is we have food at home. I spent around £500 on groceries and eating out. Next. Rule 3, plan and cap. I work too hard and I'm single in my 20s in London to not enjoy my life. I will still be saying yes to things and enjoying my life and making sure I don't have regrets. But the problem is I need to go to these things and put a cap on. There's no need to go out and spend £120 because you just keep getting drinks and shots with people. Even just capping the month, right? Like this month, I'm going to Belfast this weekend. So the next weekend after that, I'm probably going to do very minimal. A lot of these financial plans don't talk about the realistic side. And I do think one thing that I'm going to do to make things easier for me, which I don't think would be recommended by people, is I'm going to do a meal prep service. I know in myself that I spend on Uber Eats and Deliveroo when I'm stressed and I'm busy and I'm tired. And stressed, busy and tired is going to be a big thing for me this year with everything that I'm doing. There's already been so many moments this week when I've got back from work and I've just got this £3 ready meal deal, which is healthy. And it's been a lifesaver. And I know I would have ordered on a McDonald's something unhealthy. So for me, that is a realistic swap, which isn't the cheapest way for sure. But I know in the long run, that's going to save you more money. There's no point lying to yourself. The next step after that was to cut the fat further. And that means we're going through all subscriptions, cancel any that shouldn't be there. Let me tell you, I was paying for the Times. £30 a month, £60 that is. Anyway. The next bit is about building a system, which I found this part really fun. So currently I have this much money coming into my account, and then for my needs, my wants, and my investments, this is where I'm splitting everything up at the minute. And what I want it to be is more like this. This is how I would like it to be split. So I don't think you should follow a split of 50, 30, 20, because everyone's situations are so different. I think just work on what your fixed needs are first, and your needs are things that you have to pay. So that's like medicine, that is your rent, that's your bills, that's your food shop. It's not your going out food, it is not Netflix, those things, because they are wants. Get them confused. And remember, if you can't put anything into investments or savings at the minute, even £10 a month is great. So don't put pressure on this. This is how I'm doing it. The fun part is we automate it. I'm going to automate my investments to leave on the first of the month. I'm going to automate my savings to leave the account every single month, so that I'm literally just left with my wants budget and a few of my fixed needs that might come out later on. And then what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to set a reminder in my phone at the end of next month and the month after that, just to see if this is working for me. Have I been realistic with what I've budgeted myself? Are the automations working? Am I going into the minus in my current account because I've not budgeted right or something's going wrong? And basically just refine this until it works for me and I don't have to think about it. What I will say, starting this 365-day challenge, I've realised how much I want to spend. I've realised that I'll just be out and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll treat myself, or oh, I'd like to go to that restaurant and just get myself some food, or I'll order an Uber Eats. It's not actually surprising how I got to some of the figures before. It's halfway through the month and I've spent a lot less than I did at the same time in December. If I hadn't had to pay the massive Amex bill this month, I would really have saved quite a lot this month. At the end of every single 365-day project, I want to say what I've learned. I'll walk so you can run. I'll run so you can walk. I don't know which one it is. What I've realised is I don't need to make more money. I need better financial habits. What I'm making, I should be very comfortable, and I've just never learned like the basic financial habits and like when to say no to myself. I've realised that I was spending as like a soothing thing. I would like treat myself because of just doing the bare minimum tasks for the day. I would treat myself because I was bored, or spend to make my life easier. Oh, that's a lot of work, like let me just pay for someone to do that, or that's a lot of effort, I'll just get an Uber, or I'm too tired, let me just get an Uber Eats. Just seeing money because I'd earn it more as a quick escape out of things. Why am I acting like I'm a billionaire, multi-millionaire that can afford to do all these things to make my life easier? I just need to fucking do the work. The other thing I'm doing is, and how do I say this kindly? I'm only taking on advice about budgeting from people in the same space as me. And I mean that on all aspects. I'm not listening to people whose parents have bought them a flat. I'm not listening to people that maybe live with their partner and everything's halved. Like, I'm not going to really ask other people anymore what they are spending. I'm gonna do the best with my budget and just leave it at that. Like, I don't need to know what your rent is and how much you're saving in Sheffield, because I will never have rent that cheap. Okay, so you'll notice that my £15,000 goal of investing, I'm not going to be able to do that just by cutting down my pay, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I am now going to see if I can follow this budget for 2 months, get those habits together, and then in those 2 months I am going to look into increasing my salary in certain ways, whether that's side hustles or just with certain clients or taking on more work. And then the final thing is I'm going to make sure that all of my money is going into the right thing. So at the minute I am investing and I'm saving, but could it be in better bank accounts with better interest rates? Could it be going into a better stock? We're just going to keep refining over the next 2 months, and we'll check in to see if I can actually stay to the budget. So if you've started unfucking your finances with me, let me know any tips in the comments or where you're at, whatever. Please watch this and don't judge. We're making movements. Bye.